How's it going, guys? This week I finally got around to making a table saw sled for my table saw. This project is going to be a great addition to my workshop, and it gives me plenty of room to make much larger crosscuts on my table saw. If you want to see how to make this, stay tuned and I'll be glad to show you. So to start this project, I'm going to be using some 1/2-inch plywood, and basically I'm going to rip this down real thin so that it can fit inside the little slots on my table saw, and these are going to be used for my runners. Now a lot of people make this out of hardwood, but I'm going to use plywood because I don't have enough hardwood on hand. So now I can go ahead and test the cut, and it's just a hair bit wide, so it's not going to drop in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is bump my fence over a hair, and then it should be able to slide in for a nice solid fit. So I can go ahead and test this out, and it should slide in there, and wow, that's perfect. So it goes back and forth nice and easy, and there's no side to side movement. So that looks like we have a winner. So I can go ahead and cut out my second runner now. So I got both of my tracks cut, and they just drop in and slide perfectly. I couldn't ask for a tighter fit. So I'm all set with these. I can go ahead and set them to the side. Now what I want to do is grab some 3/4-inch plywood, and basically this is a 2 foot by 4 foot sheet. So I want to cut off a foot of it so I have a 2 foot by 3 foot sheet. So now that I have my 3/4-inch plywood cut, I want to take both of my miter tracks and drop them in. So I have these in, and basically what you want to do now is get your 3/4-inch piece of plywood ready, and you want to basically just set it right on top of your tracks. And from here, I'm going to go ahead and add glue, and I'm just going to butt it up right against my fence. That way I can ensure my piece of wood is square to my blade. Now this is assuming that your fence is already square to your blade, so if you need to adjust that, then do that before you glue it up. But my fence is true to my blade, so I can go ahead and apply some glue to the runners, and I'll be all set. See if it slides well, and as you can see, it slides really well. So that's a really nice fit that I have, and I want to secure the runners down with just more than glue. So I'm going to go ahead and add a few screws to make sure that they're held in place. So now that I know my runners are secured down with the screws, I want to go ahead and cut my back fence piece and my front piece. And these are going to be roughly 36 inches, and basically I'm going to make them about 4 or 5 inches high. just got the front and back fence drilled on, and I want to check to make sure my fence is square all the way down. And I have to say, it looks pretty darn square if you ask me. So I think it's all set, and I also want to check it going in this direction. And yeah, it looks really good. So now I have to do one more thing, and that is cut the line down the middle. But one thing to note is when you drill your holes, you want to make sure you don't have a screw right in the center. Otherwise, you're going to be trying to cut through a screw, and that's going to be no good. So let's go ahead and head over to the table saw and finish this project off. So now that I got the slot cut, I'm all done, and one more thing to check is the actual cut to the fence. And if I go ahead and put my triangle there, I can see that it does make a perfect 90-degree angle. So that came out really good. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it so all your friends can see it. That's it for this week's project, and I'll see you guys next week.